We're here with you!
Brazilian tourist Juliana Marins, 26 years old, who fell into a ravine while climbing Mount Rinjani in West Nusa Tenggara, Indonesia, was found dead on Tuesday, June 24, 2025. The incident sparked public outrage in Brazil after it emerged that Juliana was still alive shortly after the fall but was not immediately evacuated. Criticism was directed at Indonesian authorities, especially over the length of the rescue process. Juliana Marins, full name is Juliana Dias de Souza Pinto. She's a young dancer and publicist from Niterói, Brazil, a city located across the Bay of Rio de Janeiro. She has been backpacking around Asia since February 2025, visiting the Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, and most recently Indonesia. The incident occurred on Saturday, June 21, 2025 in the morning. At that time, Juliana was climbing with 5 of her friends and a guide. They were passing through a steep path near the Rinjani crater when Juliana fell. Several footage from drones and climbers' cameras circulating on Brazilian social media showed Juliana, who is believed to be alive, sitting and standing on gray ground, far below the climbing route. Juliana fell on Saturday morning, June 21, 2025, at around 4 morning. However, Basarnas only received a report about this incident at around 9:40 morning. This is due to the very long distance and terrain between the location of the incident and the nearest climbing post, which requires up to 8 hours of walking. While walking along a narrow path on the edge of the crater of the 3,726-meter-high active volcano, Julian is thought to have slipped and fallen off a cliff into Segara Anak Lake. Initial estimates put the fall at a depth of between 150 and 200 meters. However, unstable ground conditions caused his body to continue sliding until it reached a depth of 600 meters on the day she was evacuated. After falling, Julian was also reported to still show signs of life. Thermal drone video footage and cell phone footage showed her still sitting conscious on the volcanic ground and had time to ask for help.
We're here with you!
However, thick fog, unstable volcanic sand, and limited equipment made it difficult for rescue teams to reach his location. The SAR team acknowledged that there were obstacles due to the very steep and rocky location, poor weather, and limited equipment, which also hampered rescue efforts, both by land and air. Juliana's family, especially her sister, expressed their anger and sadness through posts on social media. They highlighted the slow evacuation process and the lack of official communication from authorities. The post immediately went viral and garnered sympathy and protests from netizens, especially from Brazil. Several official accounts of Indonesian government officials and institutions were flooded with comments, including those of President Prabowo Subianto and the Ministry of Tourism. Monday, June 23, 2025, Juliana's position was finally seen using a thermal drone. Juliana found trapped in a rock cliff at a depth of about 600 meters. Unfortunately, the evacuation team still had difficulty reaching Juliana's position. However, after observation, 2 large overhangs were found before reaching Juliana, making anchor installation impossible. The rescue team had to climb to reach Juliana. Extreme terrain conditions and thick fog that reduced visibility added to the risk, so for safety, the rescue team was finally pulled back to a safe position. On Tuesday, June 24, 2025, at 6 p.m., the rescue team managed to reach Juliana's at a depth of 600 meters. But when the rescue team carried out an examination, Juliana had died. Next, at 6:31 p.m., 3 additional personnel from the SAR Potential were deployed to the location. They carried out the process of wrapping the victim in preparation for evacuation. 7 members of the rescue team spent the night at the location with a flying camp system, where 3 people were at the anchor point at a depth of 400 meters and 4 others were with the victim. Due to bad weather and limited visibility, the evacuation could not continue at night and would be carried out the following day. On Wednesday, June 25th, The SAR team carried out the evacuation using the vertical lift method, then carried the body via the climbing route to Sembilan Post. From there, the body was evacuated using a helicopter. Bali Mandara Hospital forensic specialist Dr. Ida Bagus Pudualit said hypothermia was not the cause of Juliana's death. This was revealed after an autopsy was performed on the victim's body. The autopsy revealed that the victim suffered severe injuries due to hard impacts on several parts of her body, allegedly occurred after she fell into a ravine hundreds of meters deep. Juliana's spine, chest, back and thighs were broken. The forensic team said the conditions meant she was unlikely to survive more than 20 minutes after the fall.